in Tantric, lot. Tara is more compassion and more peaceful deity. Then we have the Pandan Lama in Dharma protectors. Then all the consort, all the, yeah.
Do you believe in one God?
We don't believe one God.
You don't?
We don't believe God at all. No, God, God means you're talking about the creator God. If we are speaking creator God, then we don't believe it. If we are not speaking just God, we have the form realms beings we call the gods. There are many gods.
What they call, if it's a creator God, just one and only God, then they don't have that, and they actually have logical arguments to refute it. But if you're talking gods with a small g and an s, kind of like the Greek gods, what the Indians call devas, who live in heavenly realms, which are beings that live in subtle bodies or sometimes formless consciousnesses. There are many of those, and we call them gods in English, or devas in Sanskrit. And they believe in those, but it's not a creator God. It's not the one and only almighty God. That they do not believe in. That doesn't mean they don't believe in sources of love in the world. That's a whole other matter. But
I was wondering if in the Tara meditation, if people ever use it for finding compassion for the self.
Can we use meditation on Tara to help us become more compassionate toward ourselves?
Sure, yeah. Our self-compassion, the better way, just your self-compassion, you think in bigger way. Compassion for all sentient beings. Then better.
When you described visualizing the male figures and the female and the friends and neutral and enemies before you, and then Tara, would you visualize yourself in one of those places?
You're in the middle, right?
You're in the middle. You're the center.
So you visualize yourself too.
Yeah, you're here center. You're the thing another way. The meditation leader. When you say how wonderful all sentient beings have and happiness and cause of happiness, then all beings repeat after you. How wonderful all sentient beings have happiness, cause of happiness. You're the main role playing in the meditation, and Tara the main role to bless to you and all sentient beings. Yes. You understand?
If you think of the practice as purifying yourself of suffering in body, speech, and mind, and stuff leaving your body through smoke, I mean, that is to attain a state of joy and peace and purity. And why would one do that unless one had compassion for oneself? One is concerned to eliminate one's own suffering, so that one can be more effective in this world at producing joy in all beings. But to purify yourself of suffering is itself a very compassionate wish.
Do you think of yourself as also you were once your mother?
We think of all other beings as having been our mother, but were we once our mother?
I said mother, child, husband, wife.
But you are everyone else's mother.
Yeah, you become many others. Mother, father, brother, enemy, friend, neutral being.
And the funny thing is, you can think of that across lifetimes, but even in this lifetime it works very easily. People can become our best friends and then our enemies. I mean, think of something that happens in some divorces, right? You take marital vows, you love them deeply, and sometimes 10 years later it's like you're awful enemies, right? It's like if that can happen in just 10 years, what can happen across lifetimes? So what we see now is really just a temporary manifestation of a particular relationship, and we get too caught up in it with the idea. So let's step back and try to think, not just of how we can help them only, but we can help ourselves by realizing this. And then help others, both. Yeah. Is that about it?
He's got
maybe one last question.
To better yet, re-summarize for myself and also maybe for the audience about the story we was discussing. When Buddha appeared to him prior to him licking the maggots off the dog, it seemed like he appeared to him in an effortless moment when he wasn't looking for him.
So when Buddha appeared to Asanga, Asanga wasn't trying to see Buddha then, he was trying to help the maggots, right? So it was kind of, he was making no effort to see Maitreya.
Yeah.
But Maitreya,
Then his concept was to see Maitreya, but he saw the dog instead of Maitreya.
when he was trying to see Maitreya, he saw the dog. But then when he really saw the dog with great compassion, guess who he saw? Does that answer your question?
Oh,
yeah. It's a really powerful story if you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It's really deep.
Yeah.
Back to what she was kind of saying about if you believe in all gods and not, so there's no creator, no single, or do you believe, I mean, does evolution fit into Buddhism?
There are creator, not the
Mother Earth or what?
not the one God, the creator of God. They are the
Yeah.
creator.
Well, where do you have any view in Buddhism about creation, where we come from? Is it like evolution or Mother Earth goddess?
Where we come from since beginning last time.
There's no
There's
beginning,
no beginning.
in the Buddhist model of things. They
Oh, so
can't
they
imagine
just-
creation
An
ex
infinity,
nihilo.
just an infinity.
Yeah.
We go back so far, there's
Now,
no...
if you believe the creator, then you begins from there, no? You understand? Creator, then they create it. They begin there.
Nothing if you believe in a creator, there's nothing before that. That's where it starts, and things come into being from that point only, right? If you have that belief.
But Buddhism, behind there, no beginning.
So did we start really small and we evolved?
Start again. You are coming the same the beginning.
You want to think about beginnings, but
Don't-
you don't have to
no,
think that way.
Not beginning. No
It's not
beginning.
necessary to think that way,
So
actually.
did we exist on a different planet before this?
Everywhere. All the planet we've been many times.
Sure. There's sentient life throughout all the universe. The Buddhist texts 2,000 years ago talk about there being billions of galaxies, billions of planets, beings
So
on many
before
of
this
them.
planet,
Which is true.
you're-
We don't know if they're living beings, but the fact is that this planet, which emerged 6 billion years ago, and eventually conscious life came on this planet, how do we explain that? The Buddhists say conscious life can't come out of unconscious life. It can't come out of material matter. So the consciousness on this planet had to emerge from consciousness somewhere else that was transferred here.
yeah. So
That's
our
the only way Buddhists
consciousness
can imagine it.
Elsewhere in the universe.
Precisely.
Okay, I get you. Thank you.
So they think in a very large sense, not Earth-centric. Yeah.
So do you ever stop reincarnating? Then where do you exist after you stop reincarnating?
If you're liberated and there's no more reincarnation, then what happens on the planet? Where does everyone go? What?
That's again coming the same.
Thinking of
The
end.
limitation, you know? There are no limitation, no end.
Oh, so it's an infinity that direction too?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we
you see,
just-
the
okay.
notion of creation is actually, there was a beginning, but there's no end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but I'll summarize that as infinity in one direction.
Yeah,
If that's not paradoxical.
Yeah.
So why don't we just go both ways
yeah.
and leave
God
it?
made us to make God.
Let's
yeah.
just mess up. I mean, if it's infinity, it cuts both ways, not one.
But in a particular, we can stop to circling under the control of afflictive emotion.
Afflictive emotions.
If you practice, then you get freedom, release, and enlightenment. Then you are stopped to circling in the samsara.
And then what happens?
Then you enlightenment. Then you come with in the world to help others with love, compassion, and prayer wish.
So you become kind of a guide, sort of. You help others.
Yeah.
But you're not reincarnated due to the force of karma and blindly getting another body because you crave yet more existence.
Okay.
This notion is an awakened being can come back where he or she wills, solely motivated by compassion to serve others in all of the different realms. That's the rather fantastic model that this tradition adheres to.
Okay, great.
The Buddha, Shakyamuni, before he come to the world, he chose the place, time, parents, and disciple, you know. Then he comes, you know. You have choices.
So does time go one direction in Buddha, or do they have any view about time?
Is
Can you travel?
time go in one direction? Is it linear? Does it go like a line?
Times goes will go up, and there are times no end. Times come, you know.
I think it's basically linear.
Yeah.
Time,
The Buddhist
Just the way everybody thinks of it. Okay.
time in general speaking will go permanent.
time is-
Now I want to let her know she have problem with creator. Okay.
You have a problem with the creator idea, so he has some
Okay.
suggestion.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to
Creator,
clarify what Buddhism.
we creator case, okay, we don't believe the creator God, the G, big G, okay,
Little
Understand.
g-s, they believe God.
the God, okay.
And so,
What's creator? Now you need creator, you know.
what?
Creator you need, you know. You
No,
want to
no,
some.
I don't.
She doesn't. She's just asking.
So
theoretically.
even
Some people do, though.
Some people do it. Eh? What create for us our own karma?